sometimes we need to break past that fear and make ourselves really uncomfortable and blast through our ego to create the change that we want to see in our life. You're listening to the Wealthy Woman Podcast, and I am your host and wealthy mentor, Dr. Michelle. My mission is to empower conscientious women entrepreneurs to create a life full of abundance, purpose, health, wealth, and joy. In this podcast, you'll learn how to elevate your health, lifestyle, and surroundings so you can tap into your power, show up more confidently, and focus on what really matters, sharing your gifts, better serving your clients, and showing up even more for the people you love. This is today's businesswoman, the wealthy woman. Hey there, Michelle here with another episode for you. What did you think about last week's interview? I loved chatting with Danielle. She's so talented and she just shared so many gems. Last week's episode is definitely one deserving of more than one listen. So today's episode is going to be a bit different because I'm going to dive a little deeper into the personal side of things. You know, there's been a lot of shifts for me over the past several months, and I'd love to let you in on some behind the scenes stuff and let you in on my vision for the coming year. Also, if you've been following me on Instagram, then you know that I've decided to share my preconception care journey with you, which has officially begun. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be sharing what my partner and I have done already, prior to this month, and what I plan to do over the next 3 to 6 months to prepare my baby palace. That's what the uterus is called in Chinese medicine, and I think that's pretty dang adorable. So first, some of you might have noticed that I was in the Portland area earlier last year and then in Austin for a bit, and now I am back in the Portland area. Technically, I'm in a little small rural town just outside of Portland. So if you've been wondering where in the world I am and why, let me break it down for you a little bit. The thing is, I needed to shake things up. Now, I'm not saying that this type of choice or journey is for everyone by any means, and I know that not everyone listening has the same geographic freedom that I do, but I was feeling really stagnant, and it was affecting my work, my creativity, my motivation, my relationship, my mood, my weight, and really my overall health. But the thing was, I couldn't really put my finger on it. I just knew that something had to shift and shift big, or I was basically going to throw my hands up in defeat. I was just feeling really overwhelmed. And, being an online service-based entrepreneur isn't always easy. Some of you, I'm sure, can relate because you have to show up, right? You're expected to show up. People kind of depend on you, and that's a non-negotiable. And when things aren't flowing smoothly in your life, it can add additional strain and stress and, generally just be super draining. And don't get me wrong, I love showing up for you and helping women across the world. It literally fills my heart when I'm able to help someone. But as I'm also sure you can relate, if we don't keep ourselves in check, we can overextend ourselves, right? And wear ourselves thin. And this was what was happening to me. And instead of, going inwards, tapping inwards, taking that time I needed to nourish myself, replenish myself, and do that inner work, I decided to blame my external circumstances, right? I played victim, basically. So I made a somewhat rash decision back in April to head to Austin for an indefinite period of time. So I left my home, my partner, my dog, my friends, and a lifestyle that I had grown really comfortable with. And I chose Austin because my brother lives there, and I visited multiple times over the past several years. It's actually a lot like Portland, except it's hot AF in the summer. Like it was, I think, like 105 for a ridiculous amount of time. It floods. They get tornadoes. They have armadillos, and they have every creepy crawly you do not want to come into contact with. But I ended up spending pretty much 7 months exactly there, and luckily it was the transformation I was hoping for. So sometimes we need to break past that fear and make ourselves really uncomfortable and blast through our ego to create the change that we want to see in our life. So through this experience, I was able to not only create a much stronger bond and relationship with my brother, which was amazing and something I will forever cherish, but I've been living on my own since I was 19. So having a family member so close was in and of itself a blessing for me, but it also allowed me the space I felt I needed for that deep inner personal work that my soul was truly craving. So while in Austin, I was really able to dive deep into my meditation game, and I was meditating upwards of an hour a day with the intention of gaining clarity around my soul-aligned purpose, my business, and my relationship. And I walked away from that experience with more confidence, more clarity, and more courage than I think I've ever felt. And I'm just so excited to share 2019 with you. So a lot of people are throwing around theme words for the new year, and my word is alignment. And with this intention in place, things have already kicked off with some serious momentum. I got back to the Pacific Northwest on New Year's Eve with my amazingly supportive partner, and our relationship is literally stronger than ever. He is my king in every way. He just amazes me in the support and the patience, and I could go on, gush. But, aside from my relationship and my preconception care journey, I'm super stoked to share how I've created new ways to serve you in this coming year. So first, I've teamed up with an awesome heart-centered company that offers reishi-infused coffee and tea. And I actually started adding reishi to my coffee and tea early last year, but I came across this company back in April, and I have not gone back since. So adding reishi mushroom, or Ganoderma lucidum, has led to a serious upgrade in my health. Reishi is by far the most researched medicinal mushroom, and it's the only one that I'm aware of with published studies. And reishi is literally the title holder for published studies with benefits ranging from reducing generalized inflammation, balancing immune function, preventing the spread of metastatic cancer, reversing amyloid plaques in the brain, which is one of the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease, and restoring healthy circulation. Now, if you're not a fan of mushrooms or can't stand the texture or taste, this is the perfect way for you to get the benefits without having to worry about that, because it's completely hidden in the coffee and tea. If you are curious about learning more about this awesome company, I'll be doing an entire episode on it next week. So be sure to tune in, because I'm also going to be letting you know how you can get some free samples. So second, as you've probably heard, I'm offering a small group holistic weight loss program. This is a 10-week program that addresses your body as a whole and teaches you the skills you need for a sustainable, healthy lifestyle long term. It's not about looking like a magazine model or getting, quote, skinny, but it's really about releasing what no longer serves you. This could be excess weight, limiting beliefs, negative mindsets, and other areas of toxicity in your life. So the first round of ladies started January 1st, and they are killing it. So I cannot wait to share their results with you. Enrollment is actually open now for the April round, and I'll also be offering it again in July. But spaces are limited to only 25 women at a time per launch. So if you are interested, I'll link to the details in the show notes. Third, I've created a one-on-one gut rejuvenation program where you work closely with me for about 3 months to heal your digestive tract and create a personalized nutrition plan that works with your lifestyle. So this program includes my favorite comprehensive stool analysis called the GI Map, a food sensitivity test through MRT, and a metabolic typing diet assessment to make sure that you're eating foods that are aligned with your genetic and ancestral preferences. Pretty cool stuff. So once you've completed the gut rejuvenation program, you are then eligible for my healthy hormone and detox program, which literally takes your health to the next level. So with your gut functioning optimally, we can actually fine tune any remaining imbalances that might be present. And we'll do that by first looking under the hood, right, with the Dutch test for sex hormones and adrenal health, doing a urine organic acids test, and a complete functional blood chemistry analysis. So if your head is spinning with all of these lab tests, you can learn more about them by checking out episode 68, where I dive into each of them in much more detail. So finally, I have a VIP package for those ladies who want it all. This is an intensive 6-month program that includes all initial and follow-up testing that I just mentioned, unlimited one-on-one consulting and private messaging with me, and it has an optional standalone or upgrade for an in-person VIP day where I actually travel to you. And during this in-depth, in-person consult, we go over all of your initial labs, we create your personalized plan, and also take an in-depth assessment of your home environment. This means, we take a look at your fridge, your pantry, your home office, your cleaning products, your beauty products, and we see where we can enhance your healing efforts, just to make sure there's no, hidden gaps or blind spots that you've kind of looked over. So pretty dang cool. So in summary, 1, I'm bringing in 2019 with a bang, and I'm so stoked to have you with me. 2, if you've been on the fence about working with me, you now have a few options to choose from: a small group holistic weight loss program, a mini gut rejuvenation program, and a classy VIP package. So that's a wrap for this week. I am curious, what would you like to hear more of or learn more about in 2019? I really want to know, because I'm not doing this podcast to hear my own voice, right? This is for you. So hit me up on Instagram, send me a DM, and let me know. Also, if you are loving the show, please leave a review. It helps the growth of the show on iTunes. It also allows me to interview more amazing guests, and it helps more women like you find me and learn how to take charge of their own health. So tune in next week for more awesome and actionable info. Chat with you then. All right, ladies, thank you for listening to another transformational episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You know my mission is to help inspire and empower women to share their gifts, better serve their clients, and show up even more for the people they love. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave an awesome review so more women can find us and join us in creating a life of wealth.